Welcome to my channel, viewers, subscribers, friends, and folks that like riding motorcycles, regardless of the number of wheels they have. I'm just getting ready to take a little cruise down Tennessee Highway 72, which promises to be fun because there's some pretty good twists and turns. I haven't ridden on this road for a while. Kind of not much of a shoulder there, but anyway, looking forward to having a great time on this ride. Earlier I was on Tennessee Highway 72, and it had been a while since I'd ridden on that stretch of the highway, and got a bit of a surprise when I came into a couple of turns a little bit too hot. And these turns are really not very well marked as they are on this highway. And when you come in a little too hot, all of a sudden you got to get kind of busy with brakes and downshifting and leaning and try to keep yourself upright. Oh yeah, spiders do turn over if you get really careless. But anyway, the greatest threat, of course, outside of ice or gravel or anything like that, is a sudden and unexpected decreasing radius turn. And I found some. And it was pretty hectic for a couple of seconds, and I had a great time figuring out how to come out of the turn alive, which obviously I did. I'm overstating. It really wasn't that bad, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But it's a perfect day in East Tennessee. Nice spring day, about 80 degrees, humidity's not high, the sun is shining. This is the kind of day I've been looking forward to for quite a while. So ride along with me and enjoy. For heaven's sakes, like if you like the video, dislike if you don't, and please, comments are always welcome. I'd like to hear about your favorite roads. Tell me a little bit about what you like to ride on, and what you're riding to ride on these roads. I know there's some trikers that follow me, and maybe some motorcyclists, bikers that is, also. And I'm always looking forward to hearing your comments. Well, we have a super chief among pokes ahead of us here. A double solid line, so there's no legal passing. And this guy's going like 25 miles an hour. He's got to be a local guy. I don't know if he's headed for the next gin mill or what, but boy, I hope we get rid of him like really fast. I guess some people don't realize that when you drive as much below the speed limit as this guy is doing, you actually become rather a hazard, because people get frustrated, myself included, and might be encouraged to do something they wouldn't ordinarily do, like passing on a double solid line or a curve or a hill. Oh, hallelujah, he is gone. Goodbye, old-timer. At the moment, it doesn't look like a very exciting road. This is a nice, gentle turn, but it'll get a little bit more exciting, I guess, as we get down the road a bit. Beautiful farm country. As you can see, the leaves are out. Everything looks very fresh and green. Beautiful day for a ride. I'd like to point out that that little skit I do after the first couple of minutes where I do what I call the yeehaw scene, I was actually trying to see, within reason, how much pickup this little trike really has. I run in eco mode most of the time. Somebody told me once you take it out of eco mode and it really lights them up. But I have to tell you, on that little strip there where I was trying to catch up with the cars that had just passed by, I got up to 70 very fast. I have no doubt that this machine, whether it's in eco mode or whether it's not in eco mode, it would really move out. More than enough performance to satisfy this senior citizen. I'm going to be taking the Spyder in for a checkup a little later this month and see if I can get any kind of a diagnosis on that fault code that I've been getting. And also, just on the off chance that the driveline really has any kind of an issue in terms of how noisy it seems to be to me, to get a green light on that also. I'm not going to let them do the annual service for reasons I've stated before. I mean, I think their prices are ridiculous. So my Corbin Eels, the private mechanic that I use, will be getting the business once again. He used to work for a dealership that sold, among other things, Am Spyders, and he has 5 years experience, so he's a good, reliable person and a heck of a nice guy. It's always nice when you can find a mechanic that is competent. You know that he'll do the job for you that you're expecting him to do, and he won't charge you an arm and a leg to get the job done. What better combination could there be than that? I will be taking the machine to the dealer that sold it to me, and it's a 50-mile one-way trip. And I talked with the sweet bride about it, and she said that she was agreeable to the idea of dropping it off and then going to Dollywood. That sounds like that could be a pretty fun day. Then we'll go back home, and in a day or two, whenever they had a chance to look it over, I'll get a clear picture of what's wrong or not wrong with it, and feel confident that the machine is going to be fine. For all practical purposes, I think the machine is fine now. But you know, after the warranty runs out, and then I have a complaint, as we all know, it's on you, buddy. I think this Can-Am Spyder is probably going to be the last motorcycle I ever buy, so I'm expecting to get a lot of years of service out of it. And at the rate I'm putting the miles on, I think that should be quite doable. Now, Great Rides, I think he said something about approaching 60,000 miles. Good grief, I'm approaching 6,000 miles, and I think I'm doing pretty good. I guess with his commuting back and forth to work and riding all the time in all kinds of weather, that's where the big miles come from. Well, that was a turn, but not a very sharp one. I'd like to see a little bit of excitement before I have to shut down here. These are just nice, gentle turns. Every now and again, when I'm riding along on a highway like this, I get flashbacks to the motorcycles, and I mean two-wheel motorcycles that I've owned in the past, and how much fun it was sweeping those through the bends. It's fun with these too, but it's a whole different sensation. You have to use your body a whole lot. I find in a really sharp turn, like for example a turn to the right, that I'm pressing hard with my left foot against the peg, and leaning slightly into the turn. And sometimes, when it's a really sharp turn, it's more than slightly. We did have a member of our motorcycle club killed on a Spyder. Not at the scene, but sustained sufficient injuries that he ultimately did die about a week after the accident. So I don't take anything for granted. These machines can be as much fun, but are also dangerous if you get careless. I try to be careful all the time. Whoa! That guy's really in a hurry. I could see him coming up behind me, but man, he really had the pedal to the metal, didn't he? Good for him. Hope I don't find him in a ditch down the road. Hoping nobody finds me in a ditch down the road either. Well, anyway, it's good to be cautious when you're out for a ride. Nothing would make a day terrible more than having a mishap. Nobody wants that. And I hope you all ride safe. Those that are new riders, I hope you get some training through MSF or any other organization that provides quality education. It's the right thing to do. Can't say it enough. I'm a AMA, American Motorcyclists Association, life member. I'm also a life member of HOG, although that doesn't mean quite as much anymore. I do get the magazine every quarter, but as far as the Harleys are concerned, that's pretty much over. Well, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the rest of the ride. And I hope you're out there enjoying the ride as well. Speedster Johnny out.